We got really fortunate on the casting in this movie because we had great material, which you don't always have when you're setting out to do a genre picture. And the casting process was oddly very organic, very natural. We didn't struggle a lot in that with casting Isabel, we did a straightforward, like, throw a bunch of kids on tape. Let's see who pops. And she did, and it was a no-brainer. I mean, she just completely stood out. She was a natural. She came in dressed ready for it. She had the accent down. She had the, you know, ribbons, the hair ties, everything. And she was Esther. Boom. I mean, it wasn't visually, she didn't look anything like what was described in the script, and it absolutely didn't matter because she captured the role. And for Vera and Peter, Vera actually came to us about it, and she had read it even before we started talking about any cast. And she just knew she could play the role. She knew she could dive into Kate and make it feel authentic, and she spoke with Jama, and they just completely connected. And then Peter, she and Peter worked together on Flight Plan. They knew each other. They have some similar representation, so his was the first and only name that ever came up for that role. He wanted to do it, and sort of all fell into place.
Well, I mean, we read the script. I mean, Leo DiCaprio is a friend of ours, and he had developed the script, his idea to make this movie. He developed the script with his company, with Appian Way, and they gave it to Warner Bros., who they had a relationship with, and Warner Bros. Read it and gave it to us. They said, this is a good vehicle for you guys to work with, and then Susan worked very closely with this Jennifer Kaloran, who is his producing partner, and they really honed the script till it was really effective and really worked, and then we just went and made the movie.
Well, I think that was in the original script. The family needed to feel incredibly real, and then we made some adjustments when we got the cast in line, and Jama really started working with Vera and with Peter and with us and the writer, and we did some things in terms of determining, like, what, you know, John's occupation was going to be as sort of this eco-architect. I don't think that existed in the early drafts, and that sort of shaped what the look of the house was, and the interaction among them, and the idea of the treehouse, and all this stuff kind of all came together throughout the process as we were both in development and then pre-production. And I think what resulted was a family that felt real. And I know that when Jama first came to us saying he wanted to do it and sort of pitching his vision of the movie, that was always the idea. He wanted it to have a style and a control that he brings to, you know, the movies that he does, but at the same time he wanted it to feel very natural, so when things started to unravel, we cared. We had a really good shoot. I mean, it was freezing cold, and there wasn't supposed to be snow, and then there was, so we made that work, and then we're all roaming around, crunching through the snow and slipping and sliding, and everyone's being a trooper. And I mean, you know, you've seen the movie where Vera has to run up hills a couple of times, run up hills, down driveways, and, you know, she just did all her own stuff, and it was great. But it was fun having the kids around. It made the environment on set completely opposite of what we were capturing on film.